So very good afternoon to the chairpersons. Lovely to have Dr. MS, ma'am, on the stage. So I'm going to talk against the motion. I congratulate Dr. Shurojit on his talk. Being the Director of Education and Research at my center, I truly believe in the pop culture, which is publish or perish. But my dear opponent, when is the right time to start with it? When do you actually introduce this concept to the residents? So do you really believe that a child who's learning alphabets can write a book? So the first and foremost thing, whenever you're playing a new game, is to know the game first, right? And a resident who's just entered is yet to give a direction to his or her thought process. What happens if you do not have a thought process? Okay, I had a very nice animation here. You either just follow blindly the people around you, or you just go aimlessly around. Without a basic background, one can neither perform a fruitful research or analyze the available literature. And it's like an empty mind is, empty vessel makes more noise. So again, without a basic knowledge, this resident is caught up in ego caressing the seniors. So this point has already been discussed during the last debate. Precious time and effort is put in studies which has questionable relevance. Like this actually was an article published in BJO in 2002, done by an ophthalmologist. So do woodpeckers with their, woodpecking get headaches? Do they have RDs? So what is the rectal pressure necessary to expel fecal matter by a penguin? And when you attach a stick to a chicken, does it walk like a dinosaur? So these have actually been studied. And so if direction to thoughts and steadiness of hands are not important, then why not let the first years operate? So actually I did a small exercise in my center. These are all consultants who have done their fellowship from premier institutes. I went around asking them how many surgeries have they done in their residencies. And this was shocking. These are the numbers that they have done, during their 3 years of residency. And there is another epidemic amongst the doctors, residents, mostly, it's burnout. So burnout not only with stress of managing patients, of long working hours, they also have personal demons. So we have all done our residencies. How can we forget those sleepless nights? Those moments when a small mistake puts you in front of the HOD and you are just wishing you were dead. And that is why doctors have the highest rate of suicide amongst all professions. There are a lot of studies being done all over the world. These are few which were done in India. So you can see Delhi, Punjab, Chandigarh, Aligarh, and all of them have the same conclusion. So almost 90% of the residents have felt burnout. Almost 80% have had some amount of stress during their residency. And almost 20% of them have had suicidal thoughts. And how can we forget these news, these faces, these names? These are all residents who are no more now. And on one hand, we have helpline numbers and hashtags, Dr. Heal Thyself, to address the mental health issues that they have. And on the other hand, we are standing on this podium, having this debate, actually defending to add more burden to them. So the need of the hour is to strengthen our residency program towards a better clinical understanding and improving the surgical techniques. If we leave aside the mental health issues, poor clinical acumen and research are definitely two main deficient areas in today's program, but which one is a greater evil needs to be decided and worked upon first. Thank you so much.
Interesting.